Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I uploaded a video here on the channel, and that's mostly due to the fact that I've been really tired when I get off work. I don't know why, just when I get home from work, I'm just tired and I have no motivation to make a video, which really sucks. But today I was like, you know what, I am making a video, and that's what I'm doing right now. Luckily, tomorrow is actually my last day of work, then I have to go back to school about a week later, so yeah, that's cool, I guess. I mean, I won't be able to earn money anymore, but now I get to spend it on my studies. Hooray. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Black Ops 4 Zombies, you guys. I've kind of made this video 2 times already, but for some reason, I just feel obligated to just keep talking about this subject because I feel like my voice is not heard, you know, just because I'm a small YouTuber, so I feel obligated to keep making similar videos of Black Ops 4 Zombies. I don't know, that's just me personally, but no, we're not going to be talking about DLC 4, though we have been getting teasers lately for DLC 4 Zombies, which apparently might actually be Call of the Dead, which I hope is not the case. I'm sure a lot of us are getting really sick of all the remastered maps here in Black Ops 4 Zombies, especially for the Aether storyline. Like, seriously, all the Aether storyline maps are basically remakes of other zombie maps that they already made. So that's same deal with multiplayer, though. They're remastering so many things in this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, we're not going to be talking about all the negative things about here in Black Ops 4, because I'm sure we can go on a long time talking about all the bad things about Black Ops 4 and what they could have done to fix it to make it better. But in today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about why I love Black Ops 4 Zombies, because to be completely honest with you guys, this game is so much fun. I don't know why. I love zombies in this game. I feel like there's so much replayability value to it to me. There's so many challenges that just makes me feel obligated to actually complete, like the camo challenges and even the 100%er challenges as well. I just feel obligated. I have to complete these challenges, and it's fun for me doing that. I'm the kind of guy who likes to grind video games. I'm the kind of guy who likes to complete the hardest challenges in the game, and I feel satisfied when I actually complete them. And here in Black Ops 4 Zombies, I just have so much fun actually grinding out this game mode. And so far, my time played in Zombies is almost surpassed the time played in multiplayer. At some point, my time played in Zombies will surpass multiplayer. I've honestly kind of gave up on multiplayer ever since I got the 100%er calling card, and I've been playing a lot more Zombies lately, and so my game time in Zombies is about to pass multiplayer, which has never happened in any Call of Duty game before. And so anyway, I'm going to give you guys reasons why I think Black Ops 4 really is not that bad. So, first of all, there are the loadouts. I love the loadout system in this game. There are so many different customizable options you can actually choose from when using these loadouts and creating your own class and stuff like that. Like, you can make classes that are specifically for an Easter egg quest on a certain map. You can use classes that are meant to go for high round. You can use a certain loadout for maybe getting like headshots or trying to complete camo challenges for your weapons. And there's just so many different reasons why loadouts should actually be in this game. Not to mention, there are game modes as well, like the Gauntlets and Rush mode. You can have certain created classes for those game modes as well. And also, I really like how the loadouts have the perks attached to it, basically. So with the perks in your loadouts, of course, you choose what perks are actually going to be loaded into the map depending on what loadout you choose. And I really like this feature because you aren't stuck with the same perks every map that you play, right? And I really like that. You can actually change it up a little bit and use the perks that you want for certain cases that, you know, like for, like I already said, you like, right? So with certain Easter egg quests, maybe you want to use this certain perk loadout, or maybe if you want to get certain headshots, you want to have this perk loadout, or maybe if you want to complete a gauntlet, these perks might be more beneficial than the other ones or something like that. And I love that. I absolutely love how you can customize what perks can actually be on the map. Also, I really like the addition of the Odin or Tonic perk they have in this game, because the 4th perk slot has a modifier attached to it. So whatever perk you put in that 4th perk slot will actually have a modifier once you have all perks, and it gives you like this little bit of, I guess, bonus benefit, I guess you can say, that you normally wouldn't have when you use that perk. And I think that's an awesome addition to the game. Thank you, Treyarch. I think that is something they should continue to do in their future Call of Duty zombie games. And so I don't know, I'm just like a huge fan of this loadout system. I can't express it enough. Also, there are the elixirs, and then of course there's the special weapon you choose, the starting weapon, the equipment, and maybe a talisman if you want one. Those things are all nice and all. And, you know, another thing I think to myself, when I think of this loadout system, of course, when it comes to the specialist weapon, the starting weapon, elixirs especially, when I think of those stuff, I think of myself, man, it really shows how much easier Zombies has gotten throughout the years. You know, you look back at Black Ops 2, World at War, Black Ops 1, or even Black Ops 3, or, well, not really so much Black Ops 3, but more like Black Ops 2, Black Ops, and World at War. You look at those Call of Duty games and think how much harder it actually is to survive in those maps than it is here in Black Ops 4, right? Because you have all these different customizable options. It gives you more of a benefit. It gives you more of an ease to actually play zombies, and it doesn't make zombies as hard anymore. Like, right? Like back in World at War, right? If you got to round 30, that was pretty good. I mean, you were considered a pretty good zombies player if you can get to round 30. Now, if you get to round 30 here in Black Ops 4, it's just kind of like, whatever. I mean, it's not that difficult, and that's mostly due to the fact with elixirs, the starting weapon, the way that loadouts work and stuff like that now, and that is a shame. But though, one thing with Black Ops 4 that they did do is to make it harder for yourself. You can choose what difficulty to play on, right? There's 4 different difficulties. You got like casual, normal, hardcore, and realistic difficulty, and the harder difficulty you actually play on, of course, the harder it's going to get. The zombies are going to start running faster on early rounds. You're going to have lower health, and the zombies themselves are actually going to be a lot stronger. It's going to take a lot longer to actually kill an individual zombie. But the benefits for actually playing in hardcore mode or in realistic difficulty, the harder difficulty modes, is that you get more XP for it, right? I mean, that's the thing I do like about it, is you do get more not double XP, you do get more XP in general, which I think is a good thing. And also another thing, there's a lot of people out there who think there's no point on playing in any harder difficulty in zombies. Everyone just plays on casual. There's really no point in playing on the harder difficulty modes except for Easter egg quests, right? You have to actually be on at least normal difficulty if you actually want to do Easter eggs, especially the Easter egg quests themselves. But, I mean, to be honest with you, if you're someone who plays on casual and you make the experience a lot easier for yourself, then you're just not going to be a good zombies player. For me personally, I love challenging myself. I love playing on the harder difficulties. I love using loadouts that might actually be hard to use, and it kind of like makes me a better player. For me personally, I want to be a better zombies player, and so I make the experience harder for myself, just so every time I play a match, I'm not always like going to round 30 like really super duper easy because I made it easy for myself playing on the easiest difficulty or doing this or whatever, you know what it is. But I always play on normal difficulty and sometimes hardcore, and very rarely I ever do realistic difficulty, but I never play on casual. That is something I will never do because it's just too easy. Honestly, it's too easy. I have to play on normal. I have to like challenge myself a little bit, and I recommend you guys actually do the same. And another thing I'd like to mention is that for the most part, all the maps that we have here in Black Ops 4 are really fun to play, even the ones that are remakes. You know, I still have a lot of fun playing on those maps because realistically, they do play a little bit different, just because it is Black Ops 4 Zombies. The loadouts kind of make you play a little bit differently. Also, they did change it up a little bit, like Classified and Blood of the Dead. Those are remake maps, and the way you get Pack-a-Punch on those maps is a lot different than what we saw in like the original maps like Mob of the Dead and the map 5, and I appreciate how they actually changed that, and they actually add like an extra room here or there as well, like they didn't have in the previous Call of Duty games that they were originally in. But with the Chaos maps, I really do enjoy them because they are original maps. There's ones we haven't seen before. Of course, Dead of the Night is one that people really dislike here in Black Ops 4, and it is understandable. To me, it's kind of an average map. I don't think it's a terrible map at all. I think the one thing I really do like about it is that, first of all, it's in a mansion, and that you have werewolves and vampires as well, which I don't really understand why the werewolves and vampires are actually on the map. I might have to go like do some research and actually like do more in-depth on the storyline for the Chaos story, but I don't really understand why they're on the map. But it's something we haven't seen before in Zombies. And also, not to mention, the way you get Pack-a-Punch in Dead of the Night is probably one of my favorite ways to actually unlock Pack-a-Punch, because you have to find these 3 tuning forks, and sometimes getting those tuning forks aren't really easy because it's different every time you play the map. So you have to like basically use these soul crystals, and you have to like collect souls, and then you look inside the soul crystal, and then it's like something, an image pops up, right, and it gives you a hint of where this tuning fork might actually be at, and it's different every single time you actually play the map. Not to mention those crystals are always in a different location as well. They're not really too difficult to find once you play the map long enough, but still, I really like the way you get Pack-a-Punch in Dead of the Night, and that's probably the one thing going for it that I actually like about the map compared to anything else that we've seen in the other zombie maps. And there's Ancient Evil. Like, I'm a huge sucker, and I mean a huge sucker for Greek mythology, and the Chaos Story has a lot to do with Greek mythology, especially on the Ancient Evil map. And so Ancient Evil is by far like one of my favorite zombie maps of like all time, just because you're in Delphi and it's all ancient Greek stuff, even if not all of it is accurate at all. But still, I really do enjoy the Ancient Evil map. And even though the Titanic map, I think that's actually considered like one of the least favorite maps as well here in Black Ops 4, but Voyage of Despair actually is a pretty decent map. You know, the more I play it, the more I actually enjoy it. Though I will admit, the one thing about the map I don't like is that it is long, but I do appreciate that it's on the Titanic, and for the most part, you pretty much explore pretty much the entire Titanic as well. And and one thing I do like about it, it's difficult to survive on. It's kind of a close quarters zombies map, and those ones are really hard to survive on. And that's the one thing I do appreciate about Voyage of Despair, is the difficulty it is to actually survive on that map. And not to mention, I'll talk about the game modes now. I'm not going to go through every individual map and my personal opinions on them, but the game modes like Rush, I know this is a very popular game mode, but it did come out at launch, and it's a very good game mode to actually play if you want to have like a friendly competition with your friends or something like that. The gauntlets are very fun when you want to challenge yourself as well. Like, you have to complete specific challenges to continue on to the next round, and that's something I appreciate as well. I love the gauntlets to death. I'm going to try and complete every single one with no strikes if possible. The only thing I will say about the gauntlets is that there are really no rewards for completing them. Like, really, you get a sticker if you complete them with no strikes. Really, that's it, a freaking sticker. Okay, they really got to work on the reward system here in Black Ops 4, because it is absolutely terrible. Even in the multiplayer, it's terrible. And then, of course, we have the classic mode, and I don't know, I just love Black Ops 4 Zombies. I feel like there's a lot of great things that we see here in Zombies, but a lot of people are just bashing on the downsides, a lot of the things that we don't like about the game. That's what everybody's focusing on. But of course, as this happens every single year, or every single time this happens, you know, every time the current Call of Duty game is out, everybody bashes on it, but the next year later, or when the next Treyarch game comes out, people are going to look back on Black Ops 4, especially the Zombies mode, and they're going to be like, huh, this isn't that bad, you know, why did we bash on this later? I don't know, it's just so weird. The Call of Duty community is so dumb, you guys. And so I'm not a huge fan of the Zombies community this year, just because they're all negative. They don't ever look at the good things, and personally, for some reason, I'm only looking at the good things, though I am very aware of all the downsides about Black Ops 4 Zombies. I'm just more focused on the good things, I suppose, and I can't wait to see what DLC 4 brings to us. So anyway, this is kind of a long video. I hope you guys stick through all of it, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, and I shall catch you guys later.